Yo, 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 yo. It is Will. What is up? We are going to be talking about this guy. His name is Crea Tyler. And he's semi-famous. He's trying to be pretty famous on YouTube and Instagram. He has about 100K followers. And you can see he broadcasts his lavish lifestyle. So the question is, and this is what a lot of people have been wondering, how does he make his money? He made this video where it's basically saying how he's living this great life and that's why you should drop out of college. Of course, some people were replying to that by saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna drop out of college, but I'll be working at KFC. So obviously there's something else going on. He's somehow funding this incredible lifestyle that seems to cost a lot of money. And of course, when most people drop out, they don't have the skills or value that they can provide others to get the value back in the form of money to afford such a lavish lifestyle. So I did some investigating, and of course, I have a deep background in travel hacking and all that other stuff to see if is this possible, is this not? Now, first off, there is some truth to the fact that as far as travel hacking goes, you can go to a lot of cool places for a lot cheaper than you think. Having said that, though, what he's broadcasting here costs quite a lot. So you saw the LA signs, the helicopters, the expensive cars, and that on top of the fact that he avoids the question. He addresses the question outright in this video, and then he avoids answering it. So I think obviously there's a lack of transparency here versus other online businesses like smartpassiveincome.com or other travel hackers who are completely transparent. They'll give you their exact numbers, how they do everything, and of course they'll be able to go to moderately tropical places like Indonesia or Bali. And I'm going to actually pause the frame right there because that's really the clue. So the other travel hackers, they're a lot more transparent, and they'll be clear, but they aren't going to necessarily as lavish a place as this. Partially they can if they're really good. But having said that, here's the big clue. Okay, so he says. Here's the only thing he really said. He says he funds his lifestyle with this app. Now here's the ridiculous part. This is his app. You can see it in the picture. It looks like a standard app, like a Snapchat with emoticons from your iPhone, standard stuff. Like it looks like just like Snapchat. Maybe this isn't even his app. The fishy part, I mean, it's already pretty fishy, but the fishier part is that he doesn't advertise his app anywhere. He doesn't advertise anything on the platform he does have. For his 100K Instagram followers, he doesn't mention anything at all about his company. That's the opposite of what any startup business that's I've seen successful does. They actually promote their app as much as they can, and that's really fishy. If he could even throw out the name of the app, I can tell fairly quickly if it's even a decent app that's getting users that could even generate income. Most likely not. So again, it's getting already to the point of the threshold of fishiness that I would just count this guy out. Most likely he gets his money from his rich parents. Now, I'm not saying that his main message isn't a completely bad one. I think there's always a grain of truth in it. His main message for this video seems to be that you can achieve your dreams and live the life you want even if you don't go to college. And I think that can be true, but again, you don't want to get it twisted. Look at this house. Look at this house here. Okay, so even if he Airbnb this, let's say he leased this, those cars, at least 500 each. Let's say he leased the cars to lease. That's not even a standard house. That's like a penthouse least. So we're talking at least maybe standard Airbnb travel hackers is maybe $50 a night for a decent house to rent as you are, hitchhiking. This is maybe at least $250 to $500 a night. So that's not, you can't get that money easily. So what I think is really going on here is that you can kind of tell by like how he talks, and of course he's young, so obviously this is true. But there's naivete with what he says. He says that his message is unique and that no one else he's seen has really expressed this. Having said that, though, I've seen a lot of people online very similar to him. There's another channel, Rich Kids TV. Does very similar stuff, has very similar naive messages, and of course, you can kind of already see why that would be the case. Now, I'm not hating on the guy. I believe, generally speaking, his message at its core is decent, but then he kind of stretches it too far, because again, it's very easy to say that it's going to be easy to live this life when you have all this money to spend. And as far as what he's doing, I can't say necessarily that he's completely bad. I mean, if you've seen his filmography here, it's not bad. I would put him at the top 10%. But there's still a lot of people on YouTube even who are like highly as skilled as him. So he would definitely have to maybe step up his game a little bit if he really wants to make some real money. And for anyone who's like wondering, well, is he gonna last? Is he gonna fail? Is this actually legit? Time will tell, because quite honestly, like what happens a lot, not only is are a lot of rich kids have privileged lives, but what happens, no matter what, a timeless thing that happens is that time will tell. If you give this kid a decade or two, as with any, kid who inherits money or any rich person, time will really tell if this guy's legit or, depending on someone else. Within time, he will either become very successful, and then things will go from there, and he'll be very clear and transparent with what his company is and what he does. Right now, though, it's very vague, very broad. He seems to be hiring all these people, and he says he does like creative directing, and he also does a bit of app development, and he designs his own clothes. That's something that's like a red flag right there. It's kind of saying that that's something someone would say who doesn't have really any solid income. That's like if you go to LA and you ask any like waitress, and you don't know they're a waitress, but they're aspiring actress / waitress, that's the same thing they'll say. Oh, I'm doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So don't hate on this guy. Maybe a little, but I'm not here to spread negativity. I'm just trying to spread truth, because of course I do think that it's awesome to live a life like this, and think that dropping out of college will do it, but I just want to make sure nothing bad happens.